Welcome everybody. I am Giulia Pedretti, a PhD student in neuroscience behavioral biology at the University of Parma, and today I will present to you our work about the appeasement function of displacement behaviors in dogs facing a threatening or a neutral human. Appeasement signals are behavioral patterns displaying an animal lacks of aggressive intention and having the function of reducing aggressive behaviors in the receiver. In domestic dogs, displacement behaviors have been suggested to function as appeasement signals in both dog-dog and dog-human interactions. Displacement behaviors are behavioral patterns displayed without an apparent function to the ongoing situation. They include self-directed behaviors such as yawning, lips licking, scratching, and paw lifting, as well as environment-directed behaviors such as sniffing the environment. However, this hypothesis has scarce evidence. The aim of our study was to test whether dogs exhibited more displacement behavior in a social conflict-ridden situation compared to a social neutral situation. To do so, we tested 53 pet dogs in a threatening approach test in which they were approached by both a threatening human and a friendly human. Tests were performed in an open field in which two green panels were placed at 50 meters of distance. Behind these panels, the human experimenter were hidden. The dog was held on a 2-meter leash by its owner for the entire duration of the test. The owner and the dog were walking in the area, placing themselves 15 meters in front of the first designated panel and waited for the start signal. At the start signal, the first experimenter walked out from behind the panel towards the dog for 10 meters, doing one step a second. Then the experimenter arrived 3 meters in front of the dog and stood still for 20 seconds. After the end of the entire approach, the dog and the owner were walking for some minutes and then positioned themselves in front of the second apparatus, where the second approach took place. The threatening human approach consisted in the experimenter moving slowly, staring the dog in the eyes with a bent posture and an angry expression, wrinkling the forehead. Instead, the human-friendly experimenter walked at a normal speed, with an erected and relaxed body posture, smiling and alternating a soft look at the dog and then averting the gaze. In the behavioral analysis, we coded dogs' main displacement behaviors such as lip wipe, nose lick, yawning, shaking off, head turn, sniffing the environment, as well as facial expression using the facial action coding system DogFACS. We then categorized dog attitude towards the stimulus in a reactive when they barked and growled, lunging towards the stimulus, and non-reactive when they remain passive in front of the stimulus. We modeled the exhibition of displacement behaviors in function of the interaction between the experimental condition, threatening human or neutral human, and the attitude of the dog, reactive or non-reactive. We found that most common displacement behaviors of blink, nose lick, lip wipe, and sniffing the environment were expressed more by dogs with a non-reactive attitude towards the stimulus, independently from the experimental condition. On the contrary, paw tapping was expressed more by dogs with a reactive attitude towards the stimulus, confirming a potential link of this behavior with aggressive behaviors. A significant effect of the interaction between the attitude and the condition was found for the behavior of head turn, that was expressed more by non-reactive dogs in the threatening condition, while it was expressed more by reactive dog in the neutral human condition. The behavior of fast opening and closing of the mouth was also expressed differently from reactive and non-reactive dogs depending on the condition. In fact, it was expressed more by reactive dogs in the threatening human condition, while there was no differences between the reactive and non-reactive dogs regarding its expression in the neutral human condition. The displacement behavior of paw lifting was the only behavior influenced by the condition, with dog exhibiting the behavior with higher duration in the threatening condition compared to the neutral condition and independently of their attitude. In conclusion, dogs with a non-reactive attitude and thus non-offensive attitude towards the humans exhibited more displacement behaviors, putative appeasement signals in both conditions. We thus confirm a possible link between these behaviors and a non-aggressive attitude. However, their possible appeasement function needs further investigation. Thank you very much for your attention, and here you can look at my references.